Eh, kids, I was gonna take a break from being the fan brat basher. Actually, I don't even think this is a fan brat basher thing, but I guess I'm just straight up basher at this point. Anywho, you're probably wondering, Bugsy, what's going on? Another reviewer didn't even it doesn't feel like wanting to come at me civil like usual. Like seriously, like seriously, guys. But it just gets on my nerves.
What's the difference? How is there a difference between. No, wait, those things are actually the exact same thing. How you said it, but rather what you said?
Yeah.
Sorry, but things are related to the same thing. It's something someone said that you don't agree with.
Personally, Matt, too, you didn't come at me civil. You came at me. You came at me basically going, why the fuck are you talking about dirt bots?
Well, he can't sound like he's whining, even though he clearly is. I mean, okay. How you said it, but rather what you said? Look, my boyfriend has the right to say whatever he wants to say, and so do you. But even I'm going to step in and say, there's no difference. It doesn't matter how he says it. And it doesn't matter if it's what he said. And I don't see the difference.
Personally,
the fact is,
I think I just pissed him
really,
off.
there's no difference between.
Personally, I think I just pissed him off by saying I don't like Rangers. I've made that abundantly clear in every video I've ever done regarding Rangers. I didn't like it. I thought it was stupid. I thought just putting these Power Rangers in a dark situation that only made sense because they're in a darker timeline, it just didn't work. Because all it was just Kimberly and I'd say fucking Jason, or probably not even Jason, probably Rocky, just talking about all the Power Ranger stuff, and Tommy just killing them all. That really didn't do anything. And plus, if we're being real, I didn't like how freaking Zach was I'm black, guys. I just felt it was kind of stupid for having I don't know, Zach being a thrill junkie and also snorting crack. I just thought it was fucking dumb.
Okay, that sounds cliche. Like someone throwing every single cliche they can at a movie.
And they made
like literally.
And this fan film made Bulk and Skull the fucking murderers when they're not even fucking murderers. They, even though they were bullies, they cared. They cared about a little freaking kid that was rolling down a hill. Freaking Bulk saved that kid. You're a Power Ranger reviewer. You're a Sentai reviewer. You should know this shit. And I'm sorry if I talked about freaking Rangers and you got triggered. But you didn't even try to come at me civil. You just bitched and moaned at me.
Okay, I may not be a big fan of Power Rangers, but, even for a 90s show, they know they didn't go too dark. So this was unusually dark and did seem a bit cartoonish. Exactly. Is that okay to say?
Yeah.
Cartoonish, though.
It's like everything.
Okay, cartoonish.
And I'm not saying you're not free to like it. I'm not saying you're not free to like it. Because if you like it, cool. But personally, I hated it. I hated every insignificant little bit of it. I didn't see a good Power Ranger story with darker tones. I just saw a person writing a fanfic and filming it. That's what I saw.
There's a good way and a bad way to go about it. I mean, if someone wants to do a good way about it, let's talk about the recent movie of Power Rangers. I think that did a little bit of a better job, at least. I mean, come on.
Because
The recent Power Rangers movie,
because
that went as dark as you could go with Power Rangers. I did watch a few episodes, and I'll admit, they're campy, they're cheesy, they're corny. But the recent Power Rangers movie, I'll still say May, but at least it works a lot more accurately than this. It at least gave Rita a far more better example to be evil. It gave everyone examples, even if cliched and cheesy, a reason to be dark or even realistic. Actually, that's the point that should be made. Despite the fact this movie was dark that you're describing, Power Rangers, when it came to the movie, despite the cliches, was a little more realistically dark. Despite this, this was cliches thrown in and just hoping they stuck to the wall as best as possible.
And like I said, you were like, why the fuck am I talking about dark plots? Sir, it's my channel. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want and bitch about people wanting to go back to Zipcast and all this other shit. You didn't see me get on your case when you were bitching and moaning about YouTube alternatives. Yeah, I used to freaking subscribe to you on Zipcast, sir. It just kind of feels kind of fucked up. Like every time I do a video, sometimes, and a reviewer doesn't like it, they just feel the need, they feel the want to bitch at me about it instead of just talking to me like a normal person.
I think you're in Nostalgia Critic's shoes about this because honestly, let's be honest. Nostalgia Critic probably gets death threats like you did, and this guy seriously is like.
It's not a death threat, he was just bitching and moaning. And then he talked about Sonic like, okay, let me tell you something about Sonic
He
Forces.
says Sonic Forces didn't even remotely try to be dark.
They did the best they
Sonic
could.
got tortured.
Yeah, and they did.
How is that not dark?
And they did the best they could because we gotta be real. Sonic Team ain't used to writing this kind of shit. They ain't used to it.
Honestly, I got a little creeped out by the fact that they actually said he was in there for 6 months. And I'm not going to lie. I bet you anything they tried to look for him. And of course, A-Man's gonna hide him. You are aware they tried to look for him, right?
Yeah, and they even said Tails went insane for a bit. Again, I feel like they.
And Amy started saying, I still have dreams he's here. Like, Amy, you're still obsessed as fuck, but now I'm starting to feel sorry for you, girl. How are these not dark as hell topics that actually start sitting there and think about?
Yeah,
Sonic the Hedgehog, and they even say that the people are losing hope.
And Infinite killed people. He literally fucking killed people. But I guess that's not dark enough for you. You gotta be.
That's not dark.
But that's
Sonic
not dark enough for you.
Games never went there. Sonic Games never went that far. Name me one Sonic game that actually went there aside from Sonic 06, which they rewrote it so that it was lighter.
Honey, let me take care of this. But I guess any of that shit isn't dark enough for you. You gotta have it cartoony and stupid. See, that's the thing. I'm a writer that tries to at least, if I'm making a dark story, it has to make sense within the world. So no needless deaths, no gory demises unless I feel like it's right, like it has a point. That's the thing. Power Slash Rangers had no fucking point of existing. Just so the rest of you guys can have a dark feeling of what Power Rangers could be if someone that, and let's be real, Joseph Kahn didn't give a fuck about Power Rangers. He just wrote it because he just wrote it because he thought he could. That's the same kind of shit Michael Bay does. But Sonic Forces didn't try. They made a valiant effort at least. They tried, man.
I'd say they did a better job than in Sonic 06.
Yeah. Let's not even talk about Sonic
Sorry,
oh 06.
I'm a fan. I'm a secret fan of the cutscene movie, but I'll see about when I actually play the game if I'm
And
a
I wasn't,
fan of the game
and also
itself.
I wasn't whining about the people who didn't agree with me. I was trying to get the people who
I will always hate her.
I was trying to get the people who didn't understand about Sonic's other part of Sonic's history. I was trying to give them a little bit of a taste of what they didn't see, what they were actually missing. But you didn't understand that. Oh, because I'm just saying because I don't have no business talking about dark plots. Mattwo, with all due respect, and I do have a little bit of respect for you. Whatever, man. All I gotta say, man, is if this is how you're gonna act around me for just I don't know, just doing a little video talking about Sonic Forces, and I know.
Honey, keep in mind, he probably. Okay. If he has an issue with. If that's what he thinks is his idea of a dark movie,
Mhm.
that's his opinion, and he should have it.
Yeah.
But our idea of dark is more on the realistic aspect. Okay? Not the idea of throw any cliche of how a dark movie should go, which is have a person snorting cocaine and
And having
black.
Zack fight the Yakuza, having Zack fight the motherfucking Yakuza, like that was so fucking over the top. I was just like, okay, so Zack fought the Yakuza in this little dark timeline, and then we had freaking Tommy blow up, kill all the other Rangers. Like no one tried to find anybody. Like, hey, shit, oh Tommy's trying to destroy the people. Fuck. I don't know. Like, there was no like sound of the alarms or
When,
anything.
okay, I may know a little bit of the lore, but if that happened, wouldn't the big faced guy at
No,
least say
Zordon kind of
something to that enemy?
Zordon kind of disappeared. That was their bullshit reasoning. Because I think the
Well,
Machine Empire destroyed the Morphin Grid. And here's the biggest thing about Power
that's
Slash
really
Rangers. Here's the biggest thing about Power Slash Rangers. I fucking hate with a fiery passion. Okay, we're said to believe that Rita Repulsa, right? Rita fucking Repulsa, basically, basically freaking freaking brainwashed Tommy again, just so she can kill all the Rangers and have Tommy rule by her side. I'm sorry, but around this point, I don't care what dark timeline it is. Rita already married Zed, and two, she can't brainwash Tommy again. They've they went through that point where she can't really fuck with him like that again. But oh well, we can all disregard it because it's dark and it has sex and drugs and all that shit. Ugh, I fucking hate fucking this fucking miserable pile of shit because the people
is
who
the
because the
purpose
people
of
because
that. I mean, even I'm going to be like, sorry, story wise, really? Okay, I'm up for realism a little bit, especially consistency story wise. Just saying. There needs to be a bit of consistency for older fans to enjoy. Ooh, I'm about ready to die. Sorry,
you
a bit
playing
of
Rage in
Alice in
Peace still?
Wonderland American game.
Matt too. I'm just saying, dude. If you come up on a freaking person's YouTube channel and you are spouting off shit like you know who I am and what I'm about, and what I do, expect someone to go after you. God damn, expect someone to actually say something against you.
Or expect my boyfriend to get triggered real easy.
Honey,
Sorry, I had to say it.
I'm
Well,
not,
not that triggered. At least you know what you're saying, at least.
babe. I'm not triggered. I'm
I
just,
mean, you're just explaining.
babe. I'm not triggered. I'm just
Sorry.
fucking angry because this is not the first time this has happened. I'm just fucking sick of these other reviewers constantly coming at me like, "Oh, your opinion is wrong."
Okay, now that's where I'm going to say an opinion is an opinion. Do you not know what an opinion is, people? An opinion is someone's thoughts, and everyone does have a right to believe what they want and think. I mean, shouldn't we be allowed to think and have our own thoughts on, say,
And trust me,
things?
Matt, too.
If,
Or
if I have an opinion that Sonic 06, despite sucking, the cutscene movie actually was likable, despite at least sucking like all hell, and then everybody attacks me because my opinion sucked.
and Matt, too. I was getting attacked
I
by
mean,
people
you
who
really
did,
shouldn't attack people for that.
and I was
People, grow up and learn how to fucking deal with shit.
And you weren't
Just
even,
saying.
and he wasn't even saying anything productive to me about what I was saying. Just bitch moan, bitch moan, bitch moan. And you know what? You know what, Matt, too?
Consider that pitch moaning, and I will agree. That is pitch moaning because he doesn't really say anything. Like, what is your definition of dark then?
And what's your
We are
definition?
left to assume what you define as dark if you consider that to be dark and we consider this to be dark.
And I want to send a message to all
So
you
we
other,
wind up assuming.
and I want to send a message to all you reviewers out there. Listen to me. If you have a problem with me, how about we actually talk and hash it out? Other than you other than you guys constantly trying to blindside me and fucking saying I'm wrong, how about we actually talk? Instead of just always instead of you guys always trying to come at me for what I say.
Here's an example of something dark. American McGee, Alice in Wonderland, both the original and The Madness Returns. This is an extremely dark game for me. And there's a reason why I legitimately like this dark reinterpretation of Alice in Wonderland. And it's because it's put in a realistic aspect. Alice loses her family and goes mentally insane. In realism from back then, you would actually be put in a mental asylum, be called crazy, you do a lot of shit. And do you know what the times were back then for people like her? If she wasn't born in a wealthy society, if she wasn't born with a good heritage, she would be put in a loony bin, which this game all but answers that reality. I love American McGee, and I love how he's redone this franchise for what it is. In fact, I am totally looking forward to American McGee's latest release, which he said he is working on. American McGee Alice Asylum. I am sorry, I had to totally do
All
it.
right, now let me just talk about Sonic because this man thinks I just didn't talk about it because whatever. Personally, I didn't talk about it because actually there was a second part that I had to cut out, and because I was running too long. But yes, I will defend it because it was realistic and it did have stakes. Eggman was taken over, and you're like, what if Eggman tried to take over? Good news that we never got a question. A question. Too bad we never got a proper answer. Yeah, we did. Eggman basically took over. And if we can assume that Infinite basically can make replicas of all Sonic's old villains, he probably took over in that way. Not only with his robots, but with Infinite, because Infinite at that point was so powerful. No one knew how to beat him. So before Sonic could actually probably do anything, before Sonic That's why Sonic was like, "What's the source of your power?" That's why they were like, "What's the source of your power?" They didn't know how to defeat him. So for 6 months, he was unopposed. But hey, I don't know what I'm talking about, eh? I'm whining, eh?
And
So
yeah, but explain how it's dark. I guess this is the darkest we'll ever get from Sega because of the fact that they are touching on topics like world domination from Eggman, people losing hope and faith in both their heroes and perhaps each other because their world is being conquered. They're touching on topics like insanity, loss of family and friends. They're touching on very sensitive, delicate topics that they normally wouldn't touch on. Even Sonic seems to be going through a bit of, I have to stay optimistic despite everything that's happening to me. And it's clear that even he's going through issues as well. I mean, even I'm beginning to notice it through the cutscenes, and when I go over to see you, honey, you know exactly what I'm wanting to play.
honey, come on, we gotta do this video. Come on, let's.
I know. I'm just pointing it out. I want to play this game just to see how far the rabbit hole goes.
Okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
like I said, you want to talk about how I barely did anything to defend it? I was explaining, like I said, there was a part I had to cut out because it was going on for too long. Basically, I wanted to have this video basically have people understand why Sonic has always been kind of dark to begin with. But, I thought you being the most intelligent person, being a little bit intelligent, because I've seen your videos, sir, I thought you would actually, understand what I'm trying to go for. But, you pretty much, to me, showed me your ass. Being you got way too emotional over what I was saying. And that's not how, and that's how you said it. And that's how you said it. Oh, I missed it. I was. I'm talking about. I'm talking about. I'm talking about how you said it, not what you said. That's a big difference. See what I'm saying? See how ridiculous this whole thing has gotten. Just because, just because I rustled your jimmies. It's just so stupid. Instead of actually just trying to fight me and trying to get me all angry and mad and shit, how would you actually, I don't know, try to talk to me like a regular person instead of a dude that's angry that I dare talk about freaking Power Slash Rangers and I dare talk about dark plots. Listen, it's my channel. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Listen, like how you do whatever the fuck you want. Understand that a person can talk about whatever they want on their channel. Understand if you don't freaking agree with it, you don't have to bitch and moan at somebody to get them to understand because that's not the way you go about things. That's not the way you should treat other people. A lot of people always ask me to talk about Rice Gum, but personally, I could care less about Rice Gum. I could care less about this whole little thing. I think I'm not gonna talk negatively about Rice Gum, but y'all know how I feel about him. I don't have to talk about it because I don't try to get into a lot of fights. I mean, back in the day, I got into a lot of fights when I was first starting out as a YouTuber. But I'm older, I'm wiser, and I just don't feel like fighting with you about what makes a story dark because I didn't understand what you were saying, and I said you were whining because I don't know you. And that's the thing. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm trying to say. You don't know how I'm coming across. Instead of actually just coming at me bitching about Sonic, you could have actually talked to me. You could have said something to me. I don't know what's wrong
Well,
with
that's
some
your
people.
point of trying to make it clear
Yeah,
in the first time around, just saying.
yeah. You could have made Yeah, you could have made it clear. You could have talked. But here we are. I'm behind on a video because I had to go deal with you. And
Okay.
and what do you really have to gain from this? What did you really have to gain from this? What did you think I was gonna do? What you thought I was gonna agree with you and go, I'm sorry. I don't know what I did wrong. I learned the error of my ways. Well, let me tell you something, Buttercup. Life don't work that way. I'm not gonna just fucking change what I was gonna do just because you said it. Instead of actually bitching and moaning, you should try to understand a person. That's how I felt about ISO. Instead of actually just, raging at me, she could have talked. She could have actually, like, I don't know. We could have talked and understood what I said, instead of just doing that. Like you could have done here. That's just proving to me that some of you reviewers just don't want to listen. And then when I try to do a video, it's like, it's like none of you want to try. And I feel like I'm the only honest to God YouTuber that I would have just, the old, younger me would have just said, fuck you, and just kept it pushing. But I'm just trying to understand what possessed you to say all this shit. What possessed you to say all this shit and think that I wasn't gonna say anything or think what you were trying to say was okay, like I wasn't gonna do this video. I can't stop myself from not doing a video against you guys because typing this out would have been too long. But listen, I'm not saying I ain't gonna listen. I'm not saying I'm not trying to listen to feedback because I do listen to feedback. But I'm just saying, don't be a dick about it. Don't be an asshole about it. Don't act like you know. Don't act like you know me, or act like you don't, or act like you think I'm just trying to be. I'm just pushing out a dumb topic because, well, I'm a Sonic fan and all this other shit. Because I hate when people get lumped in with the other fans who try to defend Sonic, like blindly. You could have, I'm just trying to say, instead of actually just bitching and moaning like you did here, you could have said, hey, man, can we talk? Can we hash this out? Could we at least talk to each other and see, so I can understand you a little bit more? But, it proved that you didn't even look at my video, first of all. You didn't even try. You just only probably skimmed the first half. Then you actually looked at it. And it's like, so is that what you do? You just look at the first half of videos? And trust me, if you make a video against me, I'm not even going to make a video against you. This is the last thing I'm going to do because I don't want to give you any more attention. If you're itching for a fight, listen. If you listen, and this is to everyone. If you come at me like this, I'm going to come at you like this. If you're not going to talk sensibly, if you want to be ignorant, I'm going to have to make a video like this. Are we all clear? Are we all clear? Okay? Are we clear? Good. Personally, I got other things to do than deal with you, mattwo7. Oh shit, that rhymed. I got other things to do than just deal with you. I got my girlfriend's coming. I got videos down the pike. I slept
Yep.
I slept in late, so I didn't get to do everything. I just kind of finished writing in my tie-in story. Well, at least the first chapter. So, again, I would like to ask you, what was your comment even trying to accomplish? What were you hoping?
Originally, was just trying to ask you to be more, maybe point out your points a little clearer, even though it's clear and evident that you were pointing it out loud.
And if you
In fact, you've been more obvious in that area very clearly. You know what's dark about comic books. You know what's dark about certain topics. You even admit what's dark about our strangers. And that said, what is the point of what he said? Really? So, if you don't know what he said, that's really
Mm-hmm.
why did you call me if you didn't watch the entire video? We clearly know what we're talking about, so what is dark to you?
Yeah, and I know you, and I know I know you're a Sentai reviewer. Well, last time I checked, you did review some Sentai and some Tokusatsu. So you know about Power Rangers and Kamen Rider. What I want to know is why did you feel? Why did you? And it's not like I'm. And it's not like I wouldn't welcome your comment if you were talking to me normal. But I'm not. I'm not saying. I'm not saying everybody. You know. Freaking get. Freaking come to me in my gigantic circle jerk. Like if I've literally done something wrong, you can tell me, and I won't bitch at you. But if you come at me like this dude, you're basically wanting me to just basically make this video and just go at you.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love how this little non-comment he just sent. I love how this little non-comment you just sent me. You obviously wanted to pick a fight, but I basically just disarmed you, and you're just like, well, I don't know why you're mad. By doing this, it's stupid. Well, kids, sorry I couldn't do an Equius video today. I don't know, maybe I might do one later, maybe on Thursday. I had a very late start today, and I'm sorry. But hey, at least you get something in lieu of me roasting. I'm not roasting this dude. I'm not really roasting this dude. Now listen, Matt. Too. I don't want this to be like a thing where we go back and forth and back and forth. Frankly, I'm too old for that shit. How about we just patch it up? How about I do this video? We talk, we patch it up, and we move on. Okay? I'm just tired. I'm just tired of dealing with people like this all the fucking time. Whether
Yeah, once he says something sucks, it sucks only to him. And he has a right to say it sucks. If it doesn't suck to you, good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
You have a right to feel that way. And I keep dying.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, let's act like sensible YouTubers. Let's not drag out drama. Let's not try to fight with each other on our pages and on our videos. Let's just I'll upload this video. We talk. End the story. Sound good? Hopefully it does. And if you want to keep fighting, and if you make a video just basically flaming me, I'm just not even gonna respond. Because honestly, you know, I'm not I'm not gonna fight with you like a teenage YouTuber going like, well, you're wrong and blah 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 blah, because I don't need to prove that I'm right or wrong with you. I don't need to prove it. You know? I'm just telling this video is just telling you, yeah, the way you came at me was just wrong. I ain't gonna fight you. I ain't gonna fight you. I'm not gonna make this a daily thing on my channel because honestly, I have other things I need to do. And just because I talked about Sonic Forces, I feel like this gives people, and even people who actually liked my actual review of Sonic Forces, they understood. They understood that I liked it, and that's just how I feel about it. No one bitched, no one moaned. They respected me. They respected my opinion. And you need to respect mine as well, or at least, if you don't, just don't say nothing about it. You know? Listen, man, I'm a cartoon, video game, comic book, and occasionally tokusatsu reviewer. And you're a reviewer too. And I don't want this to like get to I don't want to have like your like I don't want to have fans against your fans and we're fighting it out. People are defending me, people are defending you. Again, let's just hash it out and be done with it. That's all I'm saying. Peace. I'm Bugsy No Name, signing off.
Bye. Maybe an info for Micah.
And also, last thing before I go. If you guys, and oh yeah, if you want, like, anybody really want more Eridan videos, like, I'll still do them, but, I want to know if people actually like to see them. Also, an aqueous video will be coming very, very soon, so don't worry. But right now, I do need a towel. I'll see you guys later. Bye, folks. Oh crap, my mouse ain't working.